What's up, fishing friends and family? I'm Zeag, and today we're going to show you how to make these, what I call 2.5-inch minnow. They're easy to make, they're fun to use, they work really well. Let's get started. I've actually changed the design of these from having a big tail to not having a tail. The reason I did that was because when I would clear coat these by dipping, you can see we get considerable pooling up here on all these angles. So I got rid of all those. I think it's going to work great. These happen to work wonderfully in the water for how easy they are to make. Just cut them out in one piece. They have a lip already on them built into the design, and then just one hook off the back. They'll catch fish. The bottoms of these glow. Having that sharp edge on the glow makes a good flash in the water. Let's get this going and cut one out. Putting some 3/16-inch split shot lead weights into here. I think we're going to need 3. Four 3/16-inch split shot did the trick on this. It now sinks slowly. Now, sand. A lot. I'm happy with the sanding so far. Now I'm going to drill the holes for the hardware. We're going to have a line tie up front and a hook hanger in the back. Just going to put a center hole and then drill it out. I use a 5/16-inch bit. Now it's time to give the whole thing a super glue bath. And be careful with this, don't glue it to yourself. It's about the only advice I can give you. Have a towel ready and you get used to working with it. Use the thin super glue. It soaks into the wood and creates a waterproof seal and really makes your wood stronger too. I always recommend starting with this step before you go any further once you're carved and sanded. After we do this, we're going to have to do a little more fine sanding because the super glue won't be perfect on there. But that won't take long. We'll be back to this shape and then we can start getting on to the next steps. This is Minwax Polyurethane Clear Gloss. Super glue and clear coat are dry. Now it's time to paint it white. Next step, put a cardboard box down. Put a paper towel down. Put your lure down. This one's easy. We're going to take a piece of window screen and put it diagonally across it. Then just going to pin it down. Take your time with this step. Make sure the screen is touching all of your lure. I'm going with orange. Just do it lightly and slowly. Once that side's dry, flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. Then I finish it off by spraying the top, the back, and the front orange and leaving the bottom white. We have one more step to go after this. The last step of the paint job is to add some glow-in-the-dark paint to the bottom of the lure. Now that our paint job is complete, we can put another layer of clear coat on. I switched it up because the clear coat I was using was getting all dried up. I've had it for a while, and I switched over to just a Minwax polyacrylic. The first finishing layer of clear coat is now done drying. You could stop at this point, but I would recommend doing at least one more clear coat. Just a little eye for fun. Now I'm going to give it another clear coat layer, and while we wait for that to dry, we're going to make the hook hanger and line tie. But before we do that, let's watch it glow. To make our own line tie and hook holder, we're going to need some wire, some side cutters, some sort of drill, and like a vise. Let me show you what we're up to. We're going to need 2 of them for this lure. Out there. We're going to take these and kind of straighten them out, and then just fold them in half. Kind of like that. The next step is to chuck one of these up into your drill. A lot of drills won't chuck these up, so what you can do is take the end and give it a quick bend like this. And that should be enough for the teeth to grab on inside your drill. Then I just take an old drill bit and put it in a vise. Slip that over it and just kind of pull on it gently and give it a slow twist. Now we have 2 of these, and I just kind of cut the ugly end off of it, leaving it long. And we will size those to our lure in a second. Before we install our line tie and hook hanger, you can see that it's not quite perfectly flat. There's a twist to our loop. To take the flat end of some pliers and just kind of put them in there and give it a good squeeze, and that almost immediately makes that flat. Then we're going to put them into our lure and see how much we need to cut off, because it's going to be a pretty good amount. Now I got to cut off that much from each side. Next, we're going to super glue those in. And that's it. Attach a hook on the back, whatever size you think is going to be appropriate for the fish you're going to catch. Tie this to your line, send it out there. It should do a slow sink in the water, but if it sinks fast, it'll be okay. And when you crank it in, it'll just kind of do that. It might go left or right if you know how to tune it. If you're retrieving it and it's going to the left, just bend this to the right and vice versa. You can do that with all your lures pretty much and get them tuned. In the past, I have made a few sets of these with all of the colors of the rainbow plus a silver and a black. That way you can kind of pick the color that might be working today. You see, I didn't normally put eyes on them, but you can decorate them any way you want. You don't have to have an airbrush either. You can just use paint. You can rattle can or spray paint it. You can leave it wood and just, have it look pretty as wood. Do whatever you want to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did. I also hope that you're building your own lures or just building things in general. I'm going to include a still shot of my template for you so you can print it or even just trace it off of your screen and make your own one of these 2.5-inch minnows. They work really well, they're fun, they're easy. You can paint them however you want, whatever color you think would work best. Let me know in the comments if you do and if it worked well or not. And if you made any changes, let me know too. I'm interested in how it went. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.